Hi, I'm Jamey from Stillmeyer Games, and today I'm going to talk about a digital game. Usually I talk about tabletop games, but I've been looking and playing a few more digital games to try to learn from them as a tabletop game designer and publisher. And a bunch of people really have recommended the game Into the Breach, which looks like this. Into the Breach is a tactical warfare roguelike game. I hope I'm using all those terms correctly. In that you have this grid, and on this grid, you have a few mechs that are trying to fight away some enemies that are trying to destroy your power cores. This is one of your power cores here. So you're trying to protect those power cores. If they all go down, then you lose. Or I believe also if all your mechs die, you lose as well. The game, I thought, it's not a real-time game. So you get to see exactly what the enemies are going to do, and then you get to act before they do those things. And I think the game does a really good job. Like if I'm deciding which mech to use, I can highlight that mech and the grid lights up with that mech's movement range. And also if they're a mech that can target something from a distance, as I believe this mech can, you can see by clicking on the weapon that you want to choose, you can see the range of that weapon and what elements of the map it will affect. So I really like the ease of use and that it's not an urgent real-time game. I don't think, at least for me as a tabletop gamer, that doesn't translate well to the tabletop experience. But the thing I like the most about the game so far, and I didn't go all that deep into it, I was more playing it just to get a feel for it and see what this game is all about. I really like that the enemy's moves are telegraphed. And we've seen this in other roguelike games where you're not guessing what the enemies will do. You're given at least some information about it. But I think the puzzle of Into the Breach is really aided by the fact that when the enemies show up each turn, and they do show up each turn, you get to see exactly what they're going to do. You can see the buildings they're targeting. And so like when this enemy pops up onto the map, or if they remained on the map from the previous round, you get to see that on their turn, they are going to attack this building. And so you have to decide, how am I going to prevent that from happening? How will I impact this enemy's moves so they can't attack that building? So how can I get in the way? How can I destroy them, punch them, move them, impede them in some way so they don't do the thing that they planned on doing? That is the tactical puzzle of the game, and it is a really, really interesting tactical puzzle. So you're basically giving the players all the information they need to make the decision. You're taking uncertainty out of it, and you're giving them the information they need to solve that puzzle. And I'm guessing as you get deeper and deeper into the game, that puzzle gets more complex and more you get more options of how you solve that puzzle based on the mechs that you have, the weapons that you have, and the types of enemies that show up. So I think that's a really clever element of this game and other roguelike games, but in particular, given the tactical nature of this game, I really like that the enemy moves are telegraphed. I'd love to hear your thoughts if you've gone deeper into the breach, what your favorite mechanisms are, particularly as they might relate to a tabletop game. Let me know in the comments below. Thanks.